My many attempts to forge a sense of self often keel over at its own weight. As of late, my imagination no longer takes pleasure in exploring a landscape invented in my head. I think about that young girl, mapping out a home in the darkness of her room, her father's voice looming in some near-distant place, explaining how the nights are dead, you couldn't tell if your eye open or closed. Behind her eyes, a tropical paradise appears, the image rippling in the heat, a feigned memory overpowered by smell and scent and sound, a shanty town for a capital city, and black skin and shadow walking freely along the pavement. During my adolescence, I would hurry off to North London and tentatively bridge this gap with questions I was either too scared to ask or did not know which answers I sought. I made a tradition of bringing flowers to my grandma's house, one that still continues to this day. In my left hand, I would clutch the bouquet only brought minutes before, and in my right, I would ring the doorbell, take a respectable step back, and greet the old woman with a smile. Sometimes I would find myself in a sort of genuflect, my long body bowing in on itself, waiting for the matriarch to receive me. I have inherited something, surely. The ability of Jamaicans to tell a really good fucking story, even when in the throes of unraveling the accent so thick, like snake wrapping itself around bark, an accent my family so easily slip back into when telling their stories, I'm in awe. I guess it'd be a fear of stores, knowing you're too English to occupy no same earth as your grandmother, and knowing you're too blackened on this soil of English rosary. Excuse me, miss, but where are you really from? Time has reversed the mother country. I wonder how longer the generations can withstand this, watering bowls to grow in an arid and hostile desert, decades of bad seasons. The desire to go back, but to where? To the corners of your mind where you could invent and imagine, returning to the intangible by choice or forced home by the state. On my worst days, when I seek an identity rooted in trauma, I take a walk into Newtown, wind my way through its streets, mouth agape at the colonial home still intact, inhabited, feet moving with purpose, heart drumming against my chest till I come to a stop, gaze travelling up. The words Jamaica Street are etched into a sign. I study the text, peer down the road to see only a few passers-by scurrying off, as if it was I who scared them away. I continue to read. The words, blackened and bold, evoke a nothingness, as if the sign itself had submerged me underwater, slowing everything around me twofold. On better days, I hide, bury myself in books, Selvon, Levy, James, teetering between a clarity of self and guilt, between feeling seen and ashamed. Ashamed of this luxury to read, as if it put more miles between me and it, I still do not know who. I figured I could walk the same earth as my family have. A history and literature and art and photography and moving image would have it be seen and read. Flight tickets, as an inaugural stride into my meanness, losing myself amongst the others, taking similar steps. On an airport concourse, the windows stretch from floor to ceiling, the hum of suitcases pulling across the floor, the drum of feet rolling with newfound direction, our stories gather in the vastness. The grandeur of this act only made larger at the insignificant details, inheritance and intimidation. Recipes, mended coats, borrowed vernacular, the small gestures, the loneliness, they are all their own song here as we walk towards the same earth. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, we'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button, if you could hit the subscribe button, and make sure to ring that bell icon so you don't miss any updates from us in the future. If you want to go that extra mile and support us a little further, we do have a Patreon channel with loads of exclusive goodies, and you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your help, guys, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.